Good morning, Jacob. I just wanted to ask about, Coach was saying after the last game that he stayed out of locker room in the second intermission, and he brought up your name as a guy who, I guess, you rallied the troops and stuff. I don't know if that's something you normally do or if it's something you don't normally do. Could you just tell us a little bit about, about all that experience and what you intended to get out of it?
We just didn't like our second period. I thought we needed to play better in the third. What happens in the room kind of stays in the room. It's not something that needs to go out to the media or be talked about.
Next question comes from Mark Rosenman. Mark, go ahead.
Jacob, along those lines, I mean, you're only 27 years old, but you're the veteran defenseman of this young group. How much do you take the leadership role among the defensive core, aside from the forwards and what you did in the locker room, but just being a mentor to them?
Yeah, it's important. I think I remember when I came in, being young, and Zach Bogosian helped me a lot. He was kind of my age at the time, maybe a little younger. It's hard. It's a hard transition coming in as a young guy, and we have so many young guys that we kind of all have to grow together. I still consider myself not super old yet, but yeah, just helping wherever I can, and just the amount of young talent we have, and trying to keep everyone on the right path, I think, is important, and playing the right way, and so we can be successful.
Next question comes from Dan Rosen. Dan, go ahead.
Morning, Jacob. So this is a unique season in that you're playing the same teams, and every game's like a 4-point game. So the games very early in the season were that, and they are now. Does it feel different now, though? Does it feel, because you're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, does it feel more like a playoff race than it did even, a couple of weeks ago, even though the games themselves, the impact are the same,
Yeah, I think it kind of happens every year when you get down to it. At the time, early in the season, how important those points are when they slip away. It's this is the time you come back and kind of think about it every year. But I think early on, with just the adjustments of how different the season has been, I think everyone's kind of settled into not this being a new norm, but comfortable with how the season's progressed. Now it's down to the nitty gritty, and we're fighting for a playoff spot, and we got to bring that attitude and that intensity every day.
Next question comes from Colin Stevenson. Colin, go ahead.
Jacob, just to follow up on an earlier question, you talk about, mentoring the younger guys to a degree, and you have a new young guy in Zach Jones that, joined your team this week. I want, not asking for secrets, but generally, how do you approach sort of welcoming to the team and sort of setting him up for what he needs to do?
It's a unique time to join. When I signed, I signed after the college season, so it was kind of late in the season with a playoff race. There's not a ton of practice time, so it's a little bit of a unique time to kind of find your way into the team. Everybody just be welcoming, talk to them, get to know them, and just try to make them feel as comfortable as possible.